Imagine standing in a medieval town square. The crowd gathers, whispers echo, and in the center lies a massive wooden wheel mounted on a post. This is not a tool for travel. It's a weapon of terror, the breaking wheel, one of the most feared execution methods in history. The condemned would be dragged out, stripped, and tied down, sometimes to a wooden cross, sometimes directly to the ground. Then the executioner would appear, carrying a heavy iron bar or hammer. His task? To break every limb of the victim's body. The wheel wasn't quick. Each bone was shattered one by one. Arms, legs, sometimes even the ribs. The executioner had a precise order. First the thighs, then the shins, then the arms. With every blow, the bones snapped like dry sticks. Once broken, the mangled body was lifted and woven into the spokes of the wheel. Imagine a body twisted unnaturally, draped across wood and iron, left on display for everyone to see. The punishment didn't always end with death. Sometimes the victim was still alive, hanging on the wheel. Birds would come to peck at the flesh. Days could pass before life finally faded away. The wheel turned suffering into a slow, public warning. But why such cruelty? The breaking wheel wasn't just an execution. It was a performance. It sent a message. This is what happens when you defy the law, the king, or the church. Fear was the true weapon. Records show that the wheel was used across Europe from France and Germany to Scandinavia. Thieves, rebels, and even political enemies all met their end upon its spokes. One of the most infamous cases was that of the German serial killer Peter Neers in the 16th century, who was broken on the wheel after being accused of hundreds of murders. His death took hours. His story became legend. And here's the chilling part. The crowd wasn't horrified. They were entertained. In a world where public executions were the theater of justice, the breaking wheel was one of the main attractions. By the 18th century, Enlightenment thinkers began to challenge such brutality. Slowly, the wheel disappeared. But its legacy remains, a reminder of how far cruelty can go when fear rules justice. The breaking wheel is more than just history. It's a symbol, a warning, that justice without humanity is nothing but terror disguised as order. Dark history hides lessons, and this one teaches us that fear, once unleashed, can bend both bodies and societies until they finally break.